Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. After the sack on first down, Jackson, and he's going to go down again.
Now that's the way to open up a game on defense. Back-to-back sacks. We know that someone's come to play today.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. He goes 52 yards on the punt return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they were going to get excellent field position either way. They had pinned them deep, but that's even better.
So in other words, being comfortable with field position, that was going to be okay. But sometimes being greedy is the right way to go. And boy, they take it all the way back, put it in the end zone. A great way to get started for them.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
So now on comes the Dolphins offense as he'll try and go for 2 here.
4 down. Check. Middle.
From the gun, it's Rosen. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And now he's going to use his legs. The last drive, remember, a similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety creep.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Jets. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down now. Dobbins, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's tight right there. Everyone, Monday. My five. Big. Bravo. Big. My five. All day, baby, all day. My five. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after here coming up. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. And now it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Got 4 down. Alert.
To throw is Rosen. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's out right at the 25.
Part partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
That's taken in by Callaway. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Double time. 4 down, 4 down. Monday. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Quinnen Williams able to get in there and drop him behind the line. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll look to throw on 1st down to Josh Rosen. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Run. He's telling right here. He's telling to right. Alert. Street. Hey, alert. Shit.
Rosen will throw.
You ain't going nowhere.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action here with Rosen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's second down and 10.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Throwing again. Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And they give this time to the tailback. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is indeed good. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now this throw caught left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Strong right! 4 down! Check!
Now Rosen on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now again, right side, Dobbins. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Middle. 6-6, bullet high. Hey, Charlie.
Watch the shift.
49, check 49.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Check 88. Watch twist.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Let's go. Rip left.
Middle. 80. Hey, seam 6.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Antonio Callaway with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. The Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Dolphins 35, Jets 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st. Now Jackson on 1st down, going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They go play action. It's Rosen. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. This time, good ball security and a good result, 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Double tight. Double tight. 4 down. Alert.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Keep it up, guys.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On 1st down, Dobbins. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Tackle made by the 2nd-round pick, Isaiah Oliver. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Let's keep moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Mike 55! Mike 55! I'm coming! I'm coming! Straight stone! Come on! Hayward!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Here's the Jets punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 36. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.